picture of the problem. We've got a Norman window, which has a semicircle right here, mounted on top of a rectangular window. And we know the total distance around that window is 10 meters. This Desmos graph allows you to set P to whatever value you want. Really should have started at 0 here. But it turns out that P over pi plus 4 is the value of the radius that gives you the maximum area. How do we show that? So if we have a formula for the area of the rectangle is length times width, or 2RL, and the area of the semicircle is pi times the radius squared, but we got to divide by 2 because we have a semicircle. So there's a formula for the area, but we'd like to get it down to one variable. And this constraint right here allows us to solve for L in terms of R. In other words, the perimeter is 2 R's for this length of this rectangle, plus 2 L's, plus the circumference of the semicircle. And the circumference of an entire circle would be 2 pi r, but we have to divide by 2. So if we solve this equation for L by subtracting 2r and pi r from both sides and then dividing by 2, there's a formula for L in terms of r. We could change the way that looks a little bit, but I'll just leave it like that. So if I substitute this equation into the formula for area, for L, substitution, and simplify this, and then take the derivative, A prime, with respect to R, this is the derivative right here. And we want to know, when does that equal 0? Well, I'll let you go through the work, but essentially what I did was leave the 10 by itself and take all these terms to the other side, combine the 2 pi r and the minus pi r, factor out the r, and there's r. That value gives you the maximum area. One way to show that is to take a double prime, which turns out to always be negative. So this value gives a maximum. We could ask the question, what happens if we have just a semicircle? And what happens if we have just a rectangle? I'll leave that to you, but those don't give maximum areas either. So at the extremes, we still don't get a maximum area. I'll real quickly share my screen here. Go to Desmos. So if I change the perimeter, the maximum area is still P over pi plus 4. Okay, and you can change the radius here to see different areas. Focus right here, 12.56, but if I set R to the maximum area, you see it when the perimeter is 14, the maximum area is 13.7. Anything other than that gives it an area less. Okay, so I'll include a link to this graph. There you go. Hope that helped. If you have any questions, post a comment.